Hi, I'm Shelby.
And I'm Courtney.
We're exploring our past.
Looking forward to our future.
Oh my God. And living for the present. All
All while
while
learning
how
how to
to live
live
magically.
magically. Have you been to the dollar spot recently? Because I
No.
asked the Lord and he delivered. I wanted a drink caddy to go from my house to my car, and it was
Yeah,
in the
but
dollar spot
where are you going to put that in your car?
on the floor. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna actually, I thought about it. I love that I just pawned that off. Like I haven't thought about it. I'm gonna attach Velcro to the bottom so that it like sticks to the behind the seats. There's like obviously like an elevated
Yeah.
section of like flooring. I'm gonna sit it there because I always have a protein, a water, a Stanley, a kefir, a bubble water, whatever. My
All
dreams
right.
have all come true.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Enough about me. How are you?
This morning my back hurts. I had to go to Tumble Tots again.
Oh my gosh.
We have not talked about Tumble Tots on the pod yet. Um,
Yeah, hilarious. I can't get enough. Go ahead, tell us about it.
I have to imagine if I end up going to hell, it would be the same.
Wow, that's a statement.
Just kidding,
Okay.
but holy freaking crap. Okay, I gotta like preface some stuff first.
Okay.
First, the class is for 1 year olds that can walk to 2.5. Like they have to be walking before you can get into the class. You have to
Okay.
be, okay. So 1 to 2.5. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Brooks is 16 months, well, almost 17 months. So
Hmm.
he's like at the low end here.
Okay.
So first there's that. Then this class runs from September to May.
Okay. School
But
year.
but you can sign up like whenever for 4 week spans.
Okay.
So me and April, one of my best friends here, she has a daughter, Sophie, who is a month older than Brooks. And we've
And
been
you
waiting.
know each other from cheer, right?
Yeah.
So like
And
tumbling is in your DNA, both
I
of
know.
you.
So we have been so excited to get the kids into Tumble Tots, like
Yeah.
living, right? By the time Brooks was able to walk, there was no classes. Like the classes were full at that time. So we've been
Sure.
waiting. And they finally opened one up. So we got them in. So last week was the first class. And I was okay, I'm gonna
Oh my
pat
gosh.
on the back for this one because Sophie ended up being sick. So I ended up going, just Brooks and I, without my emotional support, April, there.
Yep.
So like that's a big move for me because I usually probably
Yeah.
would have been like, I'll just not go as well and we can go to a makeup class together. But no,
Yeah.
that was a big deal. So I go, I do make Kyle come with me because it is his day off. And he can sit in the viewing area.
Wait, I do, before you continue this, because I wondered this before. Kyle came with you. I'm sure there's like some rule about like only one parent. I assumed he was working actually, like in the stands on his laptop. He, why did he, you're like very freshly pregnant. Why didn't Kyle tumble with the tots?
Because in his mind, it's like a mommy and me. And I said
Oh
no.
boy.
However,
Okay.
I will say it's all moms or a grandma.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
There is no males down there. So fine.
There's grandmas that do it though.
There was a grandma and I'm not, anywho. Today there was a
Wow.
kid who took a ring and started smacking another kid with the ring. And it was like the kid whose grandma, I've never seen a grandma run so fast. Yeah.
Nice. Go
Anywho,
grandma.
so my first class was last week. Kyle's
Okay.
with. I'm
Yes.
like scoping out the situation. No idea what we're getting ourselves into.
Yep.
And I see all of the kids are barefoot, but the like the adult, it says either wear socks or can be barefoot.
Okay.
I decided that I should be barefoot. I have no idea why. I don't even bring socks. And I'm looking at all the moms and everybody, and they all have socks on. And I'm like, Kyle, I'm going to be the only one without socks on. This is terrible.
I would want to be barefoot, but I feel the vibe to fit in. Okay.
You would want to be?
Yeah.
Well, so my thought process was like barefoot because like I don't know if like the mats are like slick or anything with
Yes.
socks, and like if I have to chase my kid around, like I don't want to be like stumbling bumbling. So I
Yeah.
thought,
Simone Biles doesn't wear socks. Come on.
yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm going to be a gymnast. I'm going to fit in. No,
Right. I hope
I
you
didn't,
wore like a leotard.
I
Anyway.
didn't really.
Oh my gosh.
But so Kyle, my lovely husband, he's like, "Do you want my socks?" And I was like,
Oh my gosh.
"You know what? Yeah, good idea." So I wear his socks to the first class. Okay. So now we go down, and I'm quickly realizing Brooks is the youngest by far in this class.
Okay.
I also don't have April and Sophie day one. I'm also realizing that everybody in the class has been in the class for months.
Oh, okay.
So not only do we have no idea what's going on, like Brooks is just really young to understand anything.
Of
And
course.
mind you, he's 100th percentile for everything. So he looks like the kid's in 2T clothes. Like he looks much older than he is.
Yeah.
And like he's young. He doesn't understand. No, he doesn't understand me. Like he's young.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and this, I don't know what I thought we signed up for. I thought it was just going to be like a couple of activities and more so like open gym free play with some like fun music or something. No, this is full blown gymnastics. You do 3 different sections of like a circuit with
Yeah.
stuff. Like she starts and she's like, okay, we're gonna go here. We're gonna jump up on this and jump down on this. Now we're gonna do donkey kicks, like put your hands on the ground and jump your feet up. Get up
And
to this.
like, are you donkey kicking next to your child or you're like assisting him with the donkey kicks?
Okay, so again, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, but all I know is what they say is that he has to stay in like an arm's reach of me. And I'm
Sure.
like, but she doesn't really. Again, all these kids have been in the class before, so I feel like I'm supposed to just follow along.
Sure.
So, like the first class, it kind of dawned on me like, oh, I think I need to kind of do the stuff to show him rather than be
Sure.
like, Brooks, put your hands here. Cause he doesn't,
Right.
he's like, I just want to pick this up. Like, I don't want to,
Right.
I don't even know. So, I mean, she's like, do a forward roll down this wedge thing. She's like,
Yep.
grab the rope and hang from the rope. And I'm just like, do we not? My kid's hands cannot even like he can't hold
Right.
his rope. Do
Right.
hopscotch, and I was like, we're not hopping on one leg yet. We're not there yet.
Yeah. Or barely on two. Right.
Yeah, that's the first circuit. The next circuit's the balance beam, and I'm like, surely we're just going to be on the balance beam that's on the floor, you know?
Yeah.
No, 3 levels of balance beam.
You did all what your kid's like up, like suspended in the air?
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the ground like holding him, but I'm
Of
just like,
course.
what is happening? So not so like Brooks also isn't he won't hold my hand and walk. And maybe that's like now we know that's something we need to like work on with him, but like how are we supposed to know from
Sure.
or like
He's a baby. Yeah.
he hangs out in his stroller. He's like good to go. We don't like really walk with him. Like he has free range. I don't know. So last week, I mean, I come upstairs, Kyle's just dying and I'm sweating and I'm just like, this is truly insanity. I
Yeah.
texted bro like, we made a mistake.
Oh my
So today we had day 2 and April and Sophie joined us and she's
Ooh.
like, we're doing all of this. And I was like, oh girl, you just wait. And yeah, the teacher starts spitting out what we're doing in the circuit and April's looking at me like, what? It both of our kids are by far the youngest. Today they were supposed to hang on the bars. Like they were supposed to hang on the bars and then lift their feet up to touch the bar. And I'm just like, no.
What's the oldest age kid?
2.5.
No
Now,
way. No
but
way.
but
Are their
mind you,
kids
like
doing it?
the 2.5-year-olds, yeah.
I don't know. I
Think
work
about
in
it.
a 2-year-old
2.5,
classroom. I don't know many of those kids that could truly like pull off a pike on the bar.
I mean, they're really low to the ground, but yeah.
I don't care. Like without being held.
Yeah, I don't know. One of the
Not
little boys is doing it.
we don't even let the 2-year-olds on the playground with the monkey bars. Wow. Okay, great.
But like 1.5 to 2.5 is a big gap of like
Sure.
what they're gonna learn.
Sure.
It was it was chaos.
Did
Chaos.
did the teacher indicate like a lot of these kids started when they were your kid's age or like
Not
what?
necessarily, but I don't know if she actually knew how old like Brooks was. But like
Yeah.
last class, they could see that I was defeated,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Don't worry, like I swear to you, like give it like 6 classes, and by like the sixth class, like it's just gonna like click to him. He's gonna
Ugh,
understand things." And I'm like, he's not even paying attention. He's like, they're on the bars, and he's like running across the mat. Like I'm just chasing.
totally.
I will say, I sometimes I think he just like wants to make me look like a liar. And we're at the house the other night, and I'm telling Reed and Ange about gymnastics and how just absolutely terrible it was,
Yeah.
and how he doesn't understand anything. And so I was like, "This is what we get on the floor to do stretching." So I sit on the floor, and he immediately comes over and like scooted his butt back to sit with me as if we were doing the stretches, like,
Oh.
and I was like, "Oh my God, he gets it."
Yeah. Yeah.
But then today we were doing stretches at gymnastics, and he was not for it. So he just like made me look like a liar in front of Auntie Ange and Uncle Reed. But like
Yeah.
we get to gymnastics and he doesn't do it. But like just imagine my face. We're in a circle doing the stretches. We're touching our toes, yada yada yada. Then she's like, "Okay, let's do our rollbacks." And I was like, "A rollback? What?" And yeah, you roll on your back and then like roll back up. Just like, guys, come on.
And also like if you, Shelby, the mom, are trying to do the rollback and your kid like zips off, it's like you gotta stop the rollback, get up,
Well, I'm
figure out where the
like,
kid is.
so I see some of the moms like sit their kid on their lap, and they like do the rollback with them and like get back up.
Okay.
But I'm like, my abs are currently trying to be split in half, so I don't think
Right.
I'm gonna be able to get back up from the rollback. Like I was too
Right.
afraid to do it. Like I just like,
Uh,
and I'm in this like weird stage of pregnancy because people don't know that I'm pregnant, and I don't like look pregnant. So like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyhow,
you don't yeah, I hear what you're saying. You don't want to be like accommodate me, but also like you're not showing that you need not like accommodated, but like I don't
yeah,
know, just like maybe give me a little pass here because I'm growing someone. Like,
right. It's
yeah.
just awful. Like I feel like he looks so doesn't behave well, but he just doesn't understand because he's so young. And
Well, how did April and Sophie do?
um I mean, I feel like Sophie's a little bit more advanced than Brooks. She started walking like 2 months before Brooks did. He was
Okay.
a little bit of a late walker, I think, because he's so big, he had a really hard time balancing. Um, so I feel like she has like the upper hand there. But for the most part, yeah, she kind of wanted to just like run off like Brooks did.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to do like a circuit. So like
Sure.
anytime Brooks gets stuck on something or like doesn't want to move, now we're
You're like,
backing up the line, and I'm
right.
just I can't.
That would give me severe anxiety
So I
for
have
sure.
we're doing 2 more classes, and I think we're out.
That's
We'll revisit.
yeah. That seems like pretty intense.
I think it'd be a little bit better if we maybe start. Well, they would have been too young, but started in September, and then like we went
Sure.
along class because then it's like we're with everybody else.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a lot of variables working against you at the
That's
moment.
how I feel. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's like a you thing. I just think it's like a lot of combined stuff that adds up to be like, ah,
yeah. And now my back hurts really bad.
oh my gosh, you're like limping out of it.
It's so I just It's chaos. Praise those teachers, let me tell you.
But did you remember your socks this time?
Oh, I sure did. Yeah.
Well, great. Then you're having great success.
And I got to like give April the heads up, like wear socks. And she was like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
would have went barefoot." And I was like, "No, they all wear socks."
Just want to fit in.
It was, yeah. Anywho,
Ugh.
okay. So that's been my life. I like today we had gymnastics and now I have to like count down the days until we have gymnastics again.
All these like sport pursuits with kids, like I think I talked about it before, but watching my friend Stephanie's two kids, they're 4 and 2, like at swim, unbelievable, amazing, truly.
We
I mean, like, I, I don't know how it's happening, but these kids all are going to be like elite athletes.
we do swim as well. Like we're starting again in like a month and it's like parent and me swim. And
Oh, yeah.
he was younger last year, obviously, during swim, so he couldn't like walk or any he couldn't even crawl at that point, I feel like. But at least swim, he can't like run out of the
Run
pool.
away. Right.
He's like stuck.
Yeah. It's
But
just like Claire can pull herself out of the pool.
yeah, that's
She's
like one of
two.
the things you learn. Brooks was
That to
like
me amazing.
Brooks was like 6 months old, well, probably a little older than 6 months old last year during swim, and he knew like he could sit on the edge of the pool and you count to three and he'll jump in and like go underwater and come back up. It's crazy.
I mean,
Yeah,
I guess they're like in water or like fluid when they're like in you. So
true, but yeah.
that's wow. Well, a bunch of Olympic athletes on our hands. I can't wait to see
Well,
what comes next.
Brooks will not be a gymnast. I can just on
No,
cards, I can tell you that. Yeah.
I don't know. He's like pretty compact, right? He's like muscly.
Yeah, but he's just like, no, he's gonna be way too big to be a gymnast.
Fair. Yeah, that's he is growing pretty rapidly.
He's like, he's so big.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay. Anyways, well,
Uh, well, now that we've talked about kids' hobbies and how I don't like to do anything, um, do you want to talk about our hobbies?
okay.
I
I don't
This has
have a,
been like 3 episodes in a row now we've tried to do this, right?
no, it's only the second time.
Okay, okay. Um, the Facebook group is like this is like a very active conversation.
Hobbies are Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey's NDA.
That too, but also hobbies. There are like 56 comments on this
Oh,
post
geez.
about hobbies. I know.
I've been MIA. I did not I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, it's people have them, they want to know about other people's. They some people are really good at stuff. It's amazing. Um, Also, they want to know about our habits. They want to know about like morning routines, planners, all
We
that
can't
stuff. So
stop.
I know Shelby's morning routine: wake up, scroll.
That's what, yeah, yeah.
That was like you 5 years ago.
It's still a little of me now, especially if like Kyle's on Brooks duty. I'll hide in my
I,
for a while.
while AJ's been away, I've been like living on the couch. I've been like, this is my moment. This is my time to shine. We're making it happen. It's been so nice. I'll be like, it's been 4 hours. And like the TV's not even on. I'm just like on the phone.
Yeah, that's what I do. Kyle gets so mad and I'm like here sitting in silence. And I was like, I don't need the TV.
Right.
Yeah,
Plenty going on in my little
there really
square
is.
rectangle. Yeah.
All right.
So let's talk about, I think today, maybe our hobbies.
Okay.
And then we could talk about the hobbies of the people maybe next time. And then we can talk about habits another time.
All right. This is a part series. Okay.
Yes, as a part series. We're really stretching these guys out, guys. We'll
We
do
just like
anything for some content.
we're chatty. I don't know.
We're chatty. We're chatty. We're chatty. We're chatty. Um, okay, I'll start.
I don't know if I have. Okay.
That's why I'm starting. I feel like you
Yeah.
had to like think about it. I'm giving you a polite pause.
Hmm.
Um, this one is, I don't know if it counts as a hobby, but like something I really enjoy doing. flower arranging.
Oh, okay.
Are you into this?
Like you go to Trader Joe's and you buy a bunch of different flowers and then you make like a pretty like bouquet yourself.
Literally that, yes.
I like that. I mean, I don't do that, but yeah.
I just like I'm very into like I just got this. I should bring it over. It's like a low wide from IKEA. It has like a million singular holes in the top,
Oh,
like a
that's
bowl.
yeah.
And so you just like put little stems, but it looks like a low tight little bouquet.
That's fun. That's fun.
I love that. I use the tape, like sometimes the clear tape to make like a grid on top of the vase
Oh
so
wow.
that it like spaces out. Yeah, I watch like the TikToks. Now you're supposed to like spin the roses to make them open a little.
You're
Um,
into it.
yeah, I'm into it. It's fun. I have some flowers behind me, right there.
Yeah, I've mentioned this before, like because I have cats, they kind of ruin everything and they would eat them.
That's true. That's very true. That's
Yeah,
so annoying.
you're telling me.
Get rid of the cats.
Fine. That one. Just kidding.
I know.
That's not even the one that would eat the flowers. Bruin is the flower eater.
Is he?
Yeah, and he's like my angel baby.
Yeah. Well, I mean, small sacrifices.
That's a good one though. I like that.
Thanks. I just think it's like fun. Trader Joe's is actually like the place to
Trader
get.
Joe's is the place for flowers for sure.
Trader Joe's is the place for flowers. Yes. They're like a good price, always very unique.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm into it. All right. I've stalled long enough. What's your hobby?
Well, I guess the only hobby that I can think of currently is my sourdough journey.
And your bread like is happening.
I've nailed the bread. I have figured it out.
And it's like good though. I've seen a lot of people will make like a very dense bread. It looks terrible.
No, I've gotten the correct sourdough bread recipe.
Okay.
However, I will tell you what people don't tell you about the bread. It is time consuming. Not like it doesn't take up a lot of my time, but it just like takes a while. There's a lot of steps. I didn't
Yes.
realize once I finally grew the sourdough starter. I
Yes.
baked a loaf of bread last night at
Hmm.
5 o'clock at night. It was
Okay.
Tuesday. I had to feed the sourdough starter on Sunday night. So I had to remember to feed it Sunday night so that like in the morning it would had like fed and was rose and it was no like I could use it. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Now Monday morning you mix your dough together.
Okay.
And then you got to do these things called stretch and folds every 30 minutes for like 4 times. Okay. So it's not like
Okay.
then you have to let it sit until it rises like double in size. Now,
Okay.
mind you, my house is really cold, so that took all dang day
Okay.
to the point that I was going to bed and it still didn't do its thing, so I had to leave it overnight.
Are you allowed to do that trick you taught me about putting it in the oven with the light on?
Maybe my light on my oven doesn't like stay on for a long period of time.
Oh, okay.
I know. So I had to leave it overnight. So then now it's Tuesday morning and I like you shape your bread and now you're supposed to leave it in the fridge usually overnight, but I just left it in from Tuesday morning until like 5 p.m.
Sure.
when I baked the bread.
So it's like, yeah, a very
It took
spread out process.
2 days for this loaf to be ready.
Yeah,
That is
that's
commitment.
commitment. Yeah.
And you really gotta like plan ahead because I was like, okay, what are we gonna use the sourdough for? Like, I'll make spaghetti to go with the sourdough, you know? So then I was
Yeah.
like, okay, if we're gonna have spaghetti Tuesday night, I gotta make the bread. It was like a whole, you gotta like time it up.
Yes. It's like a whole commitment. And yeah, people will do like crackers with sourdough and
Yeah, I want to try
bagels and but it's
bagels.
all
It's a whole thing.
time.
No.
Yeah.
The bagels though, like you can make bagels in like 2 hours.
Okay.
Like from mixture to them being baked, 2 hours.
Do you boil them or you bake them?
You boil and then bake.
Okay. Okay.
So like some
Well,
of the discard recipes, you don't have
yeah.
to, they don't take 2 freaking days.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Just I'm a very instant gratification kind of gal.
Same.
Like if I think of a project that I want to do, like I want to do it now and I want to see it through.
Yes.
Sourdough, if that's like your thing, it's not very instant,
It's for like, yeah, like marathoners.
which is not me.
No, same.
So,
Um, I think I mentioned this before, but I got some gluten-free sourdough dehydrated starter mailed to my house. It came earlier last week and I started it and like okay, for this is like I'm trying to be like you, okay? But I'm trying to do it like the gluten-free. I don't know why. It's just like what I want to do.
so what are you buying?
So,
Gluten-free flour?
yeah, like brown rice flour.
Okay.
So I get this dehydrated sourdough. I start it, first of all, it's all like very precise measuring, and I don't know how to do that. So I start like dumping the water, but it's on the scale, and I don't understand that 50 grams is like 2 tablespoons. So I like way over flood it. I think it's
No.
garbage.
Okay. I've watched a lot of sourdough TikTok. Now, I don't know anything about
Yeah.
gluten-free sourdough, whatever, but like you don't have to be that specific.
Okay. Okay.
Like
That's good to know.
when I make the bread, I use a scale to make sure that
Yeah.
I'm like, because that's right. But when you're like feeding your sourdough, like depending
Yeah.
on what I do, like I'll just do like 1 cup flour, 1 cup water, and you mix it until it's like the right consistency. But I'm not out here like weighing it to feed it.
Well, see, and I need to like true story, I've watched one and a half TikToks about this ever. So really I'm like not doing my homework.
Yeah, you're not doing it right.
I like texted this lady 2 days ago and I was like, listen, I messed it up. It's on me. I'm gonna have to order some more. And she's like, oh my gosh, no, like, how do I'll walk you through it, whatever. She's so nice. And whatever. It was just like dead. I was like, I think I ruined it. It's whatever. And she's like, it's not that deep, like you just said. It's fine. Just like try again. So I've tried again, and today I woke up and it's like doubled or tripled. And I'm like, oh, it's happening.
It's happening.
So yeah, so now I need to watch the research, but like just while you're here, it's tripled or doubled, whatever. I'm gonna have it, take half of it and make
Discard.
something with the discard, right? But then I have half left. What do I do with that?
Feed it.
Again?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep, and then what do you feed it? Like every 24 hours?
No, I don't really feed mine as probably as much as I should now. And they say you can just like leave it in the fridge, but like mine's been on the counter for 2 days. Well, since I fed it for that bread, I haven't fed it again. I'll probably feed it today. Probably gets bad
Okay.
now. Probably, I don't know.
So
The
you're
thing,
just like,
the thing about like, so like when I had to feed it Sunday night so that in the morning it was like ready for the bread.
but
If it
like once you've fed it and it's grown and you don't have anything to make with it at the moment, what do you do?
just leave it there and it like dissolves again.
Oh, it's gonna like deflate.
Yeah.
So you should just like always be baking.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't have that kind of time. So
Yeah.
that's why you can like put it in the fridge and just like put it in a coma and then take it back out and feed.
Oh. And
Yeah.
like, what's the difference between a discard recipe and a regular recipe? Because isn't it all discard?
No, because if it's like freshly fed, then it's like active sourdough starter. Where you know if it's active because you can like kind of like shake it and it like really bubbles. It's like alive.
Okay, I need to do some homework. Great. I don't know if I'm cut out for this. This seems like a true commitment.
I don't know how I literally watched TikTok. I probably sound like I don't know what I'm talking about to people who like are pro sourdoughers, but I don't know.
You
Working for me.
you sound definitely like you know it. I mean, everything I've done so far has been because of things you've said to me as like offhanded comments. Like the a big difference for me was putting it in the oven with the light on.
Yeah, that or I try the microwave. But your house is probably warmer than here.
I guess, but like air conditioning, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe.
I so sourdough is also one of my hobbies, but like it's she's finicky.
I know, and I think that's what makes it kind of fun.
Yeah, I guess. I just like I think because I don't even know what I'm looking for, that it's like hard to figure out because I need to do I haven't done my homework. I'm like trying to watercolor paint and I don't have brushes and I'm like, how do you do this?
Yeah, I gotta send you the girl. Oh, I sent you the girl who I followed, who like,
Yeah, but it's the gluten free I think is just like different and
well, I
people seem
feel as though you would do the same thing just with gluten-free flour.
I think so also, but gluten free flour is so much more expensive
Yeah, so
that
that you gotta keep yours in the fridge and only feed it when you're gonna actually bake.
I guess yeah,
Because sometimes I feed it and then I don't even bake, and I was like, dang, that was a waste of flour. But it's like flour and water. Who cares?
right.
Yeah.
So like today is the day because that thing's like puffed up and ready. I need to like make something
If it's popped up and ready and like alive, you could like bake some bread.
with that
When did you feed it?
last night.
You're cutting it close. You could at
What do
least
you
make
mean?
this, well, because it's like freshly fed. I don't know.
Like you think I'm getting past the like it's gonna start deflating again soon?
No, it's like it's getting to the point where it's considered discard now.
Okay, great. Well, it's been nice knowing you,
No, because you could still make like something with the discard.
I guess. I wild.
I know it is. But
Whatever.
also,
I'll figure it out.
one more thing. The other day, before I fed it, I discarded almost the entire thing. Like I only had like a little bit left in my bowl because it had been sitting on the counter for a few days. And I fed that thing like a cup of flour and a cup of water, and I mixed it up, and it was back to life.
I need to do a lot of homework. You really, I know you don't think you do, but you sound like an expert.
I literally have only watched TikTok. I don't know any.
I mean, I've learned a lot of things from TikTok. So,
Give me your next hobby.
ugh. Um, more outdoorsy stuff. This one is abroad and ashore. So we joined a garden membership club, garden membership,
Okay.
and it's for our local garden here, which the one we bought the membership for is the Harry P. Lou Gardens. And it's just like a very nice outdoor place. You can go on walks. They have different seasonal, like right now, I think it's like an Easter egg hunt. So
Oh,
like
fun.
you can like look. They're like it's like Disney. They're permanent eggs, right? That
Yeah.
like you look around and find them. They offer a ton of classes like herb gardening, making your own essential oils, watercolor painting flowers, uh, all that stuff. But you also get membership to like hundreds of gardens nationwide and internationally. So, like, for example, AJ's on a cruise. I was like, do you know that you can stop at XYZ Garden for free and just like something to do? Go, you know, like he's with his parents, like go take your parents to the garden. It's like a free activity.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it was like $100 for us to join.
That's pretty cool.
So I love it. I think it's really fun. They do a crazy Christmas event where they do like it makes the Osborne lights feel reincarnated to me. Um, yeah, it's really cool. So they do like a Halloween thing with like scary stuff that's not for me, but it's for somebody. They do like jazz and plants in the evening kind of
Fun.
stuff. They do a
Yeah.
plant sale. You can go buy plants for your yard. It's just like it's cool. It's like low stakes. It gives me something to do on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
that's
fun.
something we're into. Yeah. And it's like I never would have thought that was a thing or like that I would
Yeah,
like doing it.
would
But
never thing either.
they have like butterfly gardens. So I learned about like what to put in my own yard to attract local butterflies. And they have like um, urban gardening area so you can get inspiration for like potted gardens and growing things on like walls and in small spaces in apartments. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is cool.
And in the classes, I've learned a lot about like pruning and stuff because like I don't know, you can really cut a lot off of a plant and it'll come back like better than ever. I always thought if you cut a lot off a plant, it would die.
I thought the same.
So it's been cool. Now I can buy like the clearance plants at Lowe's, like
Bring
the
them back.
ones that look literally dead. Yeah, I'm like, bring them back.
Okay.
So that's, yeah, that's another one on my list. It's like an annual flower and garden festival.
Love that for you.
Thank you.
We have like a little garden, a little small thing that I planted vegetables in one year. And then like one day I was feeding it, not feeding it, like watering it. So yeah,
Yeah,
feeding it.
yeah.
And I saw like a hole where there was probably an animal in, and it just like kind of freaked me out, and I didn't really like that.
You can put like a net on it.
Yeah, maybe it was
Freaked you out.
it like weirded me out. I didn't like that.
That's no, that's fair. I the food element, like growing anything, I have herbs, but that I don't eat, but I they smell good and they're good for butterflies and stuff. But like, I don't understand soil composition. That's like, are there pesticides in here? Can I eat this? Did a squirrel crawl through and poop in the
Well,
bushes?
yeah, but wherever you're getting your vegetables and stuff from, probably same.
I don't know. Like,
Like you still wash it.
you still wash it, but it's like absorbing that and eating that, the plant.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like I live in, it's not new anymore, but like new construction. So there's like a lot of um concrete and stuff like mixed in the dirt. And like, did I use Miracle Grow 6 years ago? Maybe. I don't use it anymore, but is it like in the soil? Do I have to dig up all the soil and start over again? It's too much for me.
Yeah, I don't know. But like
So I
that's
just like do it for looks.
oh, okay.
I don't know.
But I think it's like more rewarding if you can like grow your own cucumber.
I would love that. I would literally like die to do that. Yes. And I have out here, I'm looking at a literal abundance of rosemary, mint.
And you won't use it.
No.
Huh.
I'll make like I just trimmed my rosemary bush. I probably have like 4 pounds of rosemary right now. I will make it smells good. So I'll like tie it together and sniff it.
That's
But I'm
interesting.
not yeah, I don't.
Like one time we grew cilantro and I thought it was the best thing ever. And like I made, I don't know, cook with like cilantro. And I'm like, go get the cilantro.
Yeah, I think I that's so legit. Like
Yeah, you're losing me here. Okay.
I don't know. I know. Anyway.
Um, I guess, well, I had this hobby that I started around Christmas and then I was really good at it and then I fell off the train reading.
Oh, are you off the reading train?
No, well, I just like for a little while there because I pregnant, I would read and it would just put me to sleep
Oh,
all the time.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I kind of like stopped. But the other day I was decided to go walk on the treadmill and I realized that on the Peloton treadmill, it has the Kindle app and you can like log in and my book that I was reading was right there and I was just reading while walking. It was like
Wait, I
full
love that.
like it was so cool.
Oh, that's good to know. AJ will be very into that.
Yeah, I was amazed. Thought that was like the coolest thing. Now, Ashton, I judge her because she can read during doing anything. She props her book, her Kindle up, and will read while blow drying her hair.
And she's one of the
Like,
purists, right? That's like no audiobooks.
no, she does not believe in audiobooks.
Yeah. So she's like truly reading.
Well, no. I shouldn't say that she doesn't believe in audiobooks. She doesn't really do audiobooks, but she's
Yeah.
more like you can't say that you read a book
Like if you listen to the book.
that you listen to the book. And I agree. Like if you
I
like
mean,
there's people
like,
who will be like, I read 300 books this year, but they really listened to 300 books this year. That's
yeah,
different. That's different.
I agree with that. And I guess it depends on how you're quantifying the read. Because, like, if I was like, hey, I want to know about gardening, and you were like, I just listened to a book about herbs in the backyard, I wouldn't be like, I don't care what you have to say, listen to it. I'd be like,
No,
oh, what'd you hear? But if you're right, if you're saying like I read 600
she,
books,
I think she takes it in a way of like these people are like bragging, like they read this many
yeah,
books. You didn't read that many books. You listened to that many books, which was like good for you, which I can agree with because like, sure, if you, the reading
yeah, like
thing is you have to take time out of your day to like really sit there and be like totally undistracted to like read said book, right?
yes.
Which is different than sitting in the car driving somewhere listening to an audiobook.
And yeah, I think for the purposes of like, she is what I would consider to be like an elite reader
Oh
in the
yeah.
same way that you are like an elite, and she is too, Disney goer. So, like, if somebody was like, I go to Disney all the time, and then you were like, cool, what do you mean? And they were like, I watched Aladdin last night. You'd be like, not the same. And if they were like, I've been 56 times in March, you'd be like, how is that even possible? And they'd be like, yeah, well, it's
I
just like
watched
on.
it on the TV. I watched them do a lap.
Right. Yeah, I watched the parade. Like,
Yeah.
so it's hard, I'm sure, in like the book world, because she's like so elite at it. If she thinks like, I dedicated every spare moment to reading books and I got to 50. And there
Yeah.
are people out there at 75, like, am I a slow reader?
Right.
Like, what's the problem? So I get that. That makes sense.
I think there's like pros and cons. I tried an audiobook once and I didn't love it at all. Like I couldn't even listen to it. I found it so like monotone and weird.
Well, you had a bad reader. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there's like I think you do get part of the same thing out of reading and listening to an audiobook of like you're imagining the story, I guess depending on what you're reading, of course, that you can like imagine a story on your own and like that has to trigger something in your brain. But I do think it's
Yes.
different in audio, like listening to a book and reading a book, definitely different.
I support that. I support that. Okay, so you've fallen off. You said you've fallen off because you're tired.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like valid. I when I think about sitting still and reading a book, I feel tired, but I don't know why like scrolling TikTok doesn't evoke the same
I
emotion.
right, same, I don't know. Um but I was really enjoying the books and when I got back on the when I went on my little walk on the tread the other day and read was an hour walk.
So you feel like you're getting back into it.
I don't know, that was like last week and I haven't done it again. So
Did you, okay, on the tread, you went for an hour. Did you or can you on the tread put on like a class and read, or is that like distracting because they're like up your
yeah,
interval and you're like,
well,
and then
my
just
brain
quiet.
typically couldn't comprehend that, but I don't believe that's an option.
So
Because
you're just like in silence, reading and walking.
yep,
Cool. That's great. Cool.
sure was. And then Kyle was like, "What the heck is she doing?" Because he's like in the next room working, and there's just like
You're
this.
like mute. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're like a serial killer. Great.
yeah. But, like fun fact. So yeah, if you have a Peloton tread, you can like read and walk.
That is good to know.
And I still the Kindle is way easier than a book, so I'll say that. But
Why?
I don't know, just in my head works that way.
That's interesting. What size Kindle do you have?
Just like a regular size. I don't know.
I don't know, like a little one. It's like a little,
Yeah, so I can like
like,
I can hold it with my hand and just like press the next page. Where I feel like in a book, you're like, I don't know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's, no, that's real. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Um, I have a couple more, but I think for today at least, we should close on one that I know you and I share that I
Oh,
don't think I don't think that you believe this is a hobby, or I don't think it would trigger in your mind as a hobby. And I know it's something that you are like obsessed with. And I also am like pretty obsessed with.
I'm open ears here.
Seasonal decorating.
Okay. Yeah, I'm obsessed.
Isn't that a good one? I mean, you
It is.
have probably boxes of storage.
I do.
You change it out. Like, what holidays do you decorate for? Christmas,
Duh. Can't wait. Oh my God. Um, right now my new little shelves are Easter.
Easter. You did your shelves for Valentine's Day.
Went from Valentine's Day to Easter. We did skip the March Madness.
You did, but you did it last year, right?
No.
Oh, I have. Did I ever mail you? This is like ruining a surprise, but I have like little miniature St. Patrick's Day Dale for you. Do you have him?
Yeah, I would have decorated.
Right. Yeah, he could be for March Madness. Great. Okay.
Um, Easter, but I don't know what to do next. What's after Easter?
Uh, April, May, Cinco de Mayo.
Hmm.
Summer, spring, just like spring
See,
vibes.
sometimes I think I've decorated before for like summer where I do
Yeah.
a like I did like an ice cream theme where like my shelves were all like
Yeah.
cream. So I think I might do that. I'm having a hard time. We're not gonna like doing like a whole like 4th of July get up. It's just it's like a touchy subject right now. So I feel
Heard.
weird about decorating for the 4th of July. That sounds so terrible. Um,
Heard.
so I think I might have to do the ice cream like summer this year again.
I love that. It also like extends the pastels into summer, which is nice.
And I think it's fun when you do like an out of the box theme like ice cream per se because you get to
Yeah.
find different pieces. So like it's not common decor is kind of what I mean. So
How do
before,
you though, like I have big like clear plastic bins, storage bins, and they live in the garage and I have like I limit myself to like one bin per holiday except Christmas. Obviously I have a bunch. But like one Easter bin, one whatever. And that's fine. But for like ice cream, you're clearly not decorating your whole house. It's probably like just your shelf, right?
right.
How are you storing and organizing all of those like one-off themes?
Well, I got these bins like for when I just started these shelves because they're pretty small and they don't like I haven't really been decorating the whole house besides Christmas for the
Right.
most part, kind of sticking to just the shelves. So I got these like smaller little tote boxes.
Okay.
So
And you just
trying,
have like ice cream box.
yeah, because I'm trying to be better about like not collecting a bunch of decor that I no longer even use. Like I really got
Yeah.
to my Christmas decor because I have boxes and boxes of stuff that now I don't even use anymore.
Yep.
So the I mean, the ice cream I'd used on the shelves a couple years ago, and I haven't brought it out in a couple years.
Okay.
But what I was saying is, you find fun pieces because you can't sure, maybe you can go to Marshall's and you like if you really find the jackpot of like something ice cream to use to decorate. But I ended up getting like Melissa and Doug like a kids ice cream play set that looked that has like fake ice cream cones and stuff, and
Yeah.
that was like on my shelves.
Okay. I love that.
It was kind of
And on the same note, my friend Kevin gave us like a little people. Do you know little people?
yeah,
They're like toys for kids, but he
yeah,
gave us like a little people set that's wicked. So it's like Elphaba, Galinda,
yeah,
the Wizard, Madame Morrible. And I'm like, that needs to be somewhere. Those are cool. Elphaba has like a
right,
little cape on, like
exactly,
future shelf sitter.
yeah, for like the correct.
So I like
Um,
where you're at with the shop the kids section vibes.
yeah, you just don't, you might find something.
Well, and it's like miniature by default because kids are
Yeah,
miniature. So like, yeah,
exactly.
I love that. Okay. Um, I think we should wrap it because we're trying
Okay,
to be bright brief, fun, and done in an hour
Great.
for the people.
So next week, are we gonna like get inspiration from other people's hobbies?
I think, yeah, next week we should go through this list. There are people doing like pretty cool stuff.
Okay. I'm a
Yeah.
you know who underestimatedly has a lot of hobbies, but like never chats about them.
Who?
My mother.
Oh, that's not surprising at all.
That woman has more hobbies than anybody I've ever known.
You're literally say less. Your mother, we could go to her and be like, we want to be chipmunks, but we want to be chipmunks that are in the Festival of Fantasy parade. They're wearing top hats, but they're little top hats and capes, but they're big capes. We want rhinestones, but not too many. And then next year we want to be in beach shorts, but
Yeah,
still chipmunks. And
yeah.
she's like, say less. I got it.
And she like already has the fabric. I'm just kidding about that. She does go find the fabric, but she's got totes of freaking fabric and just like she has so many hobbies. I'm like, how do you even have time for this?
Yeah, it is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
She's good. I mean, yeah, she's like a true crafter. A lot of her hobbies are craft related. Yeah.
Yeah, but like also she can like bake and like now she's into her photography.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm telling you, woman does it all.
that's legit. It's where you get it from.
Maybe.
The Renaissance woman. Um, People at home, continue to comment on this post
Yes.
because we want to know everything. I am
We
getting
need
so much
both.
inspiration.
Yeah.
We need what?
You said inspiration, I said motivation.
We need motivation, inspiration, less hesitation, all the things.
Yes, for sure.
And shout out to Epic Universe. Have you been seeing all the content?
I meant to talk about this.
Oh, I'm
Holy,
dying.
I was like, I never thought that I was gonna be so freaking into this, but whenever like media day was, I think it was Saturday, I
Yep.
was
Yep.
addicted to my phone to see if people were posting new stuff. Holy,
It's,
I like
yeah.
I actually feel bad for all the negative things I say about Universal while I still agree that they have too many 3D rides.
Yes.
Holy, just like wow. Wow, wow,
I
wow.
I have literal goosebumps just thinking about it. It's it's crazy to me because it's beyond, way beyond like our expectations, you and I as people who aren't Universal people, but even like the Universal people. I haven't heard anybody, the only negative comment I've heard is like there's not enough shade, which is like, we're in Florida,
What
that's gonna happen. But like I haven't heard anybody be like, the ride was disappointing, the animatronic was broken, the
it
meet and greet was terrible. Like head to toe rave reviews.
looks incredible.
Yeah,
That
I agree.
and they thought of like everything. Like you go up the green tube into Mario, whatever, I don't know what they call it. Nintendo, I don't know what they call it.
Nintendo World, Super Nintendo World, maybe.
Maybe, yeah, but you're like going up the green tube. Oh my God, so freaking cool.
We need to plan a trip. Another sentence I never thought I would say. We need to plan like when are we going to Universal?
I know. It's so, yeah, I'm impressed. Very impressed.
Yeah, I'm impressed too. So, good job, Universal.
Good job.
Yeah.
And I still just like want to know more about like when did they actually start planning this and did they just not
Yep.
tell people? Surely they must have broke ground before they announced, but I feel like people would have known that. It would have been
Right.
like, what's happening over there? I don't know what's
Eyes are, yeah, all eyes are on them. And like people fly drones over that space
right.
now. And like, yeah, we wouldn't. I mean, maybe not. Maybe the secret there is like number one, I don't think that Universal does like a D23 equivalent. Maybe they
Yeah,
do.
still.
Um, and because that piece of land is like not connected, like Disney, basically we all know
Yeah, any
the
sort of
full plot of
ground
land. So
to be
yeah,
broke, they'd be like, what's going on?
whereas like this could have been like anything because it's like not, you know, touching Universal property like
Yeah, but
directly.
also
So
yes and no, because like all that stuff's like public record, so they would have been able to find out. People are
yeah,
quick.
but they could have called it like Bob's farming company.
I mean, I know that's what Disney did, but I thought that
Yeah.
was illegal stuff. I don't know if you can do
Oh
that.
no. People use shell corporations all the time. It's like very
Um,
normal.
I'm just
So
fascinated with how it came about, but holy crap, they did it. And yeah, I'm impressed.
I know. I am also impressed. So good job, Universal, Epic, all of the people, all the cast team members
Yeah,
that made it happen. We are all impressed.
very, 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 very.
Okay, talk to you next week.
Talk to you next week.
Have fun at Tumble Tots.
Oh my God, don't remind me. I gotta go back. Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.